Now I clapped. She's the boss.
I know. It's always the case.
Where are we? Where are we at NAMM? I think we're at NAMM right now.
We can be.
I think right now we're at NAMM. So that means since we're here, but we're actually at NAMM, there's some Doctor Who type shit, which makes sense because you're from over there, right?
Across the water.
So Simon from, as they say in France, Le Laney. I don't think anyone says that. No. So we're at NAMM, but Christmas hasn't happened yet again. Doctor Who, time travel, wibbly wobbly, timey wimey kind of shit, which is cool because that means I get to look at pedals, or I get to hear at pedals that
Haven't been released yet.
that I haven't even really played with. So that's cool, and they're being released now.
At NAMM.
At NAMM. That's what I'm saying. Now. Now is NAMM.
It's a time worm.
Exactly.
Hole.
You said whole. Now I'm confused. But are they actually available?
Yes.
Because some companies say, look, we got pedals, and then half a year later you can actually buy them.
Through quantum mechanics.
I mean, are they actually, after NAMM, available in stores?
Yes.
Or are you teasing us with them?
NAMM.
NAMM.
Not available. Maybe May. Is not the instance here.
Okay.
They are ready in your stores after NAMM.
Okay. You've seen me take a look at the Tony Iommi Boosty thing from Black Country Customs, which is Laney, just they're using a different word. Which is the same thing with the LA30BL, which is Black Country Customs, but they're not using a different word that says Laney on it. It's very confusing, and apparently they're working on that. So these pedals are Le Sexy, or Le Succès, as they say. This is, of course, not the one that's on the table. The one on the table is on the table. Duh. So, but I'm going to show you on this one. Black Country Customs is kind of an offshoot company that I think they're made handcrafted in the UK, because I can read. And I really like the plexiglass, or as I said earlier, the sexy glass, with a nice monochromatic, in this case, red graphic underneath. And whereas other companies might just go and say, well, that's cool and that's all we do. No, the side of the pedal is also beautifully done in like a darkish, grayish, black sparkle instead of the only aluminium.
Correct.
It's not aluminum for our American friends.
Nope.
Learn the language.
Aluminium.
Aluminium. I'm going to get so much shit for this. They're sexy. You have 9 volt here, and then I don't quite... Would have been nicer to have it all on the top. I'm saying there's a big discussion versus everything top mounted. Some people like it, some people don't. Just depends. If I bought all 3 of them, or all 4, for me it would be nice to have them really next to each other. But some things cannot be done.
Pancake jacks are invented for.
Mr. Smart-ass Englishman, I like that. So we're looking at right there. Put that pedal on his face, Leslie, because come on. Damn it.
Wasn't quick enough.
So close. We have the Steelpark, which is I would call it rather low gain overdrive / boost.
Yeah.
So if you really want your amp cranking and it's only clean, then that's not the thing. Your amp has to crank a little bit already. I'm also feeding it with the guitar here that's not super pushing it. So if you're expecting, it's not going to happen. We're doing subtle sounds. With this Vola Oz HSS, made in Japan, and Le Brilliant. We're starting with, as always, the Revv Dynamis, which is being fed into the aux, with a 412 creamback loaded cap, mic'd with a ribbon and an SM. And then also behind Simon is that green thing, which is the Tone King Sky King, pretty much the cab for all the amps we're using right now, being mic'd with an MTP 440 from Lewitt, and that's being mixed together for awesomeness. So that's the clean sound from the Dynamis right now. So I'm gonna go middle and middle and middle and middle and middle. That's a lot of middle. just makes it better. It takes a little bit of the towel over the speaker away, which I didn't know was there, but when you put it on, it's like, oh, there was one. A little bit brighter. Just keep it on all the time. And then I ask myself, why don't amp manufacturers just put that in every amp? Which is...
So then we wouldn't sell pedals.
Then they wouldn't sell pedals. Nice. We're gonna go boost more. Don't really get it to drive there. So it's more of a subtle boost, and as we will find out, tone shaper because it's got knobbies and knobbies and swishies. Too many videos in too short amount of time.
And a long morning.
Yeah. Ah, that's where the amp was. I forgot. I love that it gives me a lot more. It gives me a big ass volume boost, but still doesn't push the amp into being distorted. It's almost as if it's compressing and not distorting.
Yeah. I think anything you can do to hit the front of an amp harder invariably makes it sound better. You just drive in the front end.
So it's a betterizer.
Yeah.
See, come to me for names. Steelpark.
Betterizer.
The Laney Black Country Customs betterizer. Just depends on how you say it. The betterizer. Hire Arnold to say that.
Yeah.
And then you sell pedals right there.
Yeah.
Marketing. I haven't warmed up. Excuses. Okay, let's push it all the way. That amp doesn't go there. Let's go bass. Oh, there's a notch in the middle because notches are cool.
Detented.
Woolly! And still doesn't push the amp into drive. That's awesome. Nice. Obviously, I have a volume thing, which let's use that. So I'm using volume to push, not drive.
Yeah.
Ah. What did I'm confused. So that is neat. I'm gonna keep it where it is because I actually like that what it's doing right now. So we have this switchy in the middle, which will give me on one a boost to the upper mids.
Correct.
And please notice some other companies how the LED changes to tell me when I'm standing up that this switch is in the upper position. Because when I'm playing live, which I don't, I would like on my pedal board to see what position these switches in. Because from up here, I wouldn't be able, on a dark stage, to actually tell me what the pedal's doing. So there are 3 different modes, and once I turn the pedal on, I get visual feedback over what mode is turned on. that's gonna cut through a mix without being bitey. It's not super upper mids. That's not 2.5K or something. That's, what is that? Is that 1K?
Would have to check.
He has no idea.
I don't.
He's just the pretty face.
If only.
No, I really like that. Yeah, that's her, not if you know what I mean. Let's see what the lower one does. I'm gonna venture a guess. The differences are subtle.
Yeah.
And it's always about the amp and subtly shaping it.
Yes.
Pushing a little bit more in the low end if you wanted to for a woolier solo, or a little bit more of the high end. But it's never about, here is the Steelpark imposed on the amp. It's always just getting a little bit more out of your amp.
Yeah, I think it's the idea is to hear more of you, more of the wood of the guitar, and just generally hit the amp a little harder to make it sound a little betterer.
Betterizer, yep.
A betterizer. And yeah, basically in position 1, you're kind of just raising the upper mids. You're boosting that a little more before the gain is added. Mm-hmm. So it gives you that little bit of, a slightly more, a brighter sound.
Yep.
D2, it's the same thing, but for a lower mid position. So it just pushes that bottom end of the guitar register a bit more. And the idea is not to obscure your amp, or your guitar.
Well, let's push it into a whole bunch of amps and see how they react. So we'll go through the list by my numbers, which means we have the JCM800. It's by that British company that makes those loud amps, which by itself, I put it into cranky mode. And that's what it sounds like. I don't want to get tons of comments saying, you guitar's out of tune because you guys suck.
Oh, I played it first, that's why it went out of tune.
Maybe it's my playing, because I do tune the guitars in the videos and before and all that, and they still sound a little bit out of tune. So maybe I'm just a sucky player. It's very possible. That's super saturated, but defined. I like it. What do I have here? I'm on the lower mid thing, not even pushing the volume that hard. I'm all the way up on the D. You want the D, come on, who doesn't want the D? Sorry, Leslie, I moved the pedal. I didn't do it. Simon did it. Let's do all the classics. Come on. I can't even play the E string straight. That is pretty impressive because it's fun. This is not a modern metal sound.
No,
but this is pushing a rock amp into rockier territory. I could have this as my rhythm sound. There are my 2 channels all of a sudden.
That's right.
I think that's the general idea. Here's the Hughes Kettner Black Spirit 200, which is a, transistor type amp. It's the very blue thing under the angle. So I'm curious to see how that reacts. Because it's very clearly a different kind of amp. Impressive! That's not a tube amp. Okay. Oh, more bass because it's Hughes and Kettner. Come on. That's not a bad tone right there. The amp is 3.5 kilo and is Spirit technology, which I said before is probably leprechaun sperm that they put in there. It's some kind of magic something. But for a non-tube amp, with that being boosted like this, that sounds pretty thin. It's already a decent clean sound, but you can really put some magic into that. Wouldn't have thought that. If you're wondering who the invalid on the couch is, because you've seen him back there, that's Tom, who is very sad because he can't play. But he can't do the metal hands. He can't do the metal ones.
And the single metal one.
Tom's just hanging out. He doesn't even have a mic. We'll just make fun of him. Yeah.
He has coffee.
He has the Glenn is wrong mug. Okay, that was way cool. Morgan AC20 is a Vox type boutique amp, which is already a little bit cranky right now. Gets very saturated and a little bit fizzly, not in a bad way.
A Brian May way.
Almost a little bit of a fuzz something quality in there, isn't there? Yeah, there's this in the back of the note there. I don't know any Brian May stuff, but that. Nice! Works. Moving on, we have the Thomann Custom Shop 50, which is loads of headroom, KD88s, and no drive. Actually, a little bit drive. I'm lying. I like notches. Have I mentioned that? bit of gain in there, but it's very amp dependent.
Yes. Yeah.
And we move on because this is taking forever to the Orange Rocker Verb. I was going to say 11, but that's just my number. 50 on the clean channel. There still are the mids that make orange orange, just more drive. Should have been a sharp 11. I'm sorry. We're going to do this again. Now, it doesn't sound as nice as the 11, but let's stay within the diatonic framework. You don't know. And don't stay within the diatonic framework because that's not rock and roll. No, it's not. No. Okay, I'll do it again in rock and roll. Yeah, that is better.
Yeah.
It's wrong, but it's wrong, but it's better.
More pleasing.
Those orange mids are cool with boosting the higher mids there now.
Yeah.
It's nice. It most certainly cuts through any mixer, I guarantee you. And of course we move on to the Jet City Emilia. That's going to be interesting because it's a very bitey kind of an amp. So let's go to the drive channel there. Well, that works.
Sustain for days.
And you can very quickly, I know the amp is a bit more bitey in the high mids or high end, so you'll dial it in. You go to boost the lower mids. I took the volume down because the amp was clearly reacting too overblown, and you have two beautiful channels now. Very sustaining and beautiful. Wait, I'm gonna have to do it. I have to. Same cap, but with Louis effects. Too much! Yeah, that's exactly how they go. That's exactly how that song is supposed to be played. That was horrible.
For the love of Henning.
Well, for the love of Henning. I don't think anyone actually thinks that, Simon. Don't say stuff like that.
New song, Henning?
Yeah, new song. Crappy song. Shut up back there. Let's go into the Laney LA30BL for reasons that we covered why that's called that, and I forgot again. So that's the amp by itself. Actually, middle is cool. Volume at 0 is not that cool. Do you like that? I'm gonna call it fizzle or very dense blown-upness. Because when you like vintage sounds, that's what you're looking for.
Yeah.
You're looking for that really, and I'm always looking for the opposite. But I like that I can actually dial that in with the pedal. Because for me, that's something that's, yeah, it's wild and it's uncontrollable in a way, but it feels I have less control over the notes.
Yeah.
So I'll just get a little bit less of that by getting the volume down. And there I am. Very noticeable with that amp.
Yeah.
More noticeable than others. Almost as if you tested it with that amp. Almost.
Almost as if it was designed.
Weird. If I could only play Sabbath riff, but I can't. I know that is one, but I wouldn't be able to tell you what the song is called, and I'm not shitting you. Is that Iron Man?
Iron Man.
Iron Man! That's what that is. And I know all the other ones too. Okay, that is cool. Friedman Small Box is more Plex-esque. Let's be careful with the high end there. It's really interesting. The Friedman pedal, the BOD Deluxe, sounded very, very good in the Laney amp, and the Laney pedal sounds very, very good in the Friedman amp. Hashtag friends for life. It transforms it. And yes, we have 2 more because we're doing 11 amps because we're insane. The Achilles Argos is a basement type already I blow you to pieces kind of a vintage amp. It's right there. I'm afraid. It's always gonna have that fuzzle thing. You can't get rid of that. If you're boosting that amp, you're gonna go into that fuzzly territory. But that's neat. No, wrong sound for that. Well, I don't know. No. But still nice. And the very twinish Tone King Sky King. It's the Sky King, just some more of it. Which brings us to... Where's my stand? That's what... Which brings us to technically my 2 cents, which is kind of weird because he's here. And secondly, I haven't really played with the pedal for too long, but let's call it my first impression.
Yeah.
I'm not a guy who would buy boosts. You know why?
Why?
Because I have 30 amps behind me. If I want something with more gain, I would probably go to a different amp. So I'm not normal.
You're not target market.
I'm really not target market because if I want a different sound, I would probably go and hit a different number on my remote. So if you're the guy that has 1, 2, 3 amps and you want to expand their tonal capabilities, then and you like these amp sounds, so you don't want an overdrive that actually changes it, then this is exactly the right product for you because you can really dial it in rather precisely with the, look at Leslie. She's on it. With the low and the high and that different mid boosty before the drive, it's perfect because you can really quickly dial it into exactly what you want. And also the balance between volume and drive, you have to get used to that because one does one, the other does the other. But it'll expand the capabilities of your amp. Now, if we go into live, which I don't do because I don't like to leave the house or work with musicians because they all suck. You know they do.
Some do.
Okay. Which is also opinionated and difficult to work with. If I was playing live, I wouldn't have 30 amps behind me. I would very likely have one. I might have like the Dirty Shirley, I might have the LA30BL, maybe my Revv. And then that gives me another sound on top of what I already have. It's probably the target market is the 1-channel amp guy.
Yeah.
Right? And the guy goes like, I really like that rhythm sound, but I just don't have enough gain.
Yeah.
And I want more of that without changing that tone. Why am I actually doing your marketing line here? That's pretty much what you're saying, right?
You're doing it because you're impartial.
How impartial am I with you sitting here? You could hit me if I say something wrong. I'm just saying. You totally could.
But I wouldn't.
Yeah, but you're right there.
I am.
Your arm is long enough. I mean, how do they know that I'm not saying that because it's on a piece of paper right here?
Because it's not.
Yeah, but they don't know that.
They have to trust you.
Oh, you have to trust me.
As a believable human being.
Would you trust someone with a cat punk shirt?
No.
No. There it is. Don't trust me. Play the pedal yourself, please. And the important thing is actually play it with your amp. Because how good does it sound when you have more of it? That's only you know that with your cab will change everything. Your playing is different, hopefully better. Your guitar is different. So my suggestion would be, if you like what you've heard and you think it's right for you, order it, put it on your amp, take it to a rehearsal. If it's not gelling with you, don't do this guy a favor, send it back. Buy another one from Laney. But check it out. I think it's definitely worth it. I was super impressed with the Tony Iommi boost. I'm wondering how they're different. Is the TI boost, is it more severe? Does it boost harder?
It boosts harder. It's EQ'd slightly differently. It's a bit more towards Tony's kind of signature sound, whereas the Steelpark is a bit more usable.
It's definitely more tunable.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you had both, there's 3 sounds from your 1-channel amp. So why not just get all 3, really? These are under 200.
Oh, yeah.
No problème, pas de problème d'acheter le 2 pédales, très bien. Thank you, Simon, for hanging out and being silly.
My pleasure.
Tom is also here.
And the box. And the box.
And the box. See, Tom's on it. Tom, show the beautiful box that it comes in. Because the TI Boost came in a cardboard thing. This comes in a tin, as the British say.
Yeah.
It's actually really damn sexy. Is it important for the sound of the pedal? No. But the
you can keep your picks in it.
You can keep a shit ton of picks in that box. The experience of unboxing and all this is nice. It makes you value the pedal differently how you first experience it.
Yeah.
And I really think unless this pushes the price way over the top, it's a nice add-on. So nice packaging there, Laney, I would say, if you weren't sitting there. With you sitting there, I'm saying nice packaging there, Laney. We're gonna do the reverb and the distortion as well. So if you like this video, watch more. Links below. And as we say now in Spanish, animales al final. It means animals at the end.
And you won't surrender to the blind leading the blind.